Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how data analysts or data scientists are using SQL to answer simple business questions. Now, please note that this video is part 2, and if you haven't watched part 1 already, I'm going to have a link in the description. I highly recommend you watch that first because I explain how to set the environment up, from where to get the raw data, and I also give a brief description around the raw data we will be using, so it helps you gain a better understanding. Now, the kind of questions I'm going to be answering in this tutorial are things around the performance of the company overall, the performance versus target, the product performance, the account performance, who is doing well and who is doing bad. If you want to see exactly the questions, they are over here. Right, starting from question 6 now, I'm just going to copy it quickly and paste it down here. The question says, what is the best performing product in terms of revenue this year? So obviously we need to use the revenue table. So I'm just going to copy it, paste it here, and then run it just to visualize the data. As we can see, we have account, monthly, product, which is what we need to use, and then revenue. But remember, we need the data for this year, so FY21. To do this, I need to, I'm going to copy this again, paste it down here. I'm going to sum the revenue. Again, sum revenue as revenue from the table. This time though, I need to bring product category because I want to see the best performing product. So before revenue, I'm going to say product category, comma. And I also need to group the data by product category because remember, when you're aggregating data, you always need to group by the column you're aggregating the data for. If I run this now, I can see straight away that the best performing product is services. However, this data now, remember, is all the data we have. It's not just for FY21. So before we sum the data, then we also need to have a where clause here. Say where month ID. Again, we explain this very well in part 1 of this video. Is in, and then we need to select a distinct month ID from our calendar. This one, copy, paste, where fiscal month, sorry, fiscal year equals FY21. Sorry, FY21. Right, so if we run this now, we can see again the best performing product now is services. It was the same as before, but now we have different numbers. Right, moving on to our next question now, question 7. I'm just going to copy it, paste it down here. So the question says, what is the product performance versus target for the month? So when it says for the month, it means for the latest month that we actually have data. What's the product versus target performance? So which products are achieving targets and which products are not achieving targets. To do this now, I'm going to start by copying and pasting the same query as we had before, which I'm going to remove the order by this time. So this query, remember, it gives us the revenue by product. However, it's for all months, remember, of FY21. So we need to change this subquery to only select the latest month that we have data. So if you've watched part 1, I've explained this very well and how to do it. So you should know how to do it by now. If not, we just need to select. We need the max month ID from the revenue table, and it's as simple as that. So this should give us a month ID 138. There we go. So if when we run the whole thing now, we should get the data only. Actually, I'm going to bring month ID 2 because I need it for the join, because I'm going to left join now. If I run the whole thing, I have the revenue for this month ID per product. Now I need to create another table below this one, but this time I need the targets, and then I can join them together. So to get the targets, I need to go to the targets table, copy it, paste it down here, run it. I need to again sum the targets by month ID and product category because I need the targets by month ID and product category. So I'm going to copy this as it is from before, copy it and paste it here because I'm going to be lazy. I need to change the sum to be the target, and I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And I also need to add a where clause, and the where clause is going to be the same where clause as before, because I only need the targets for the latest month. So the latest month ID that actually exists in our revenue table. So if I copy this, paste it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because we're going to use a left join, even if I don't filter it out, it's still going to be correct because it's only going to join on week 138. However, as I said before, if you're using big data, sorry, I've touched the mic, it's always good to work with smaller data, so you're going to get the results faster. Because when it's big data, it takes time. Right, let's just run this to, we are missing the group by, so I'm just going to copy it, paste it, and then run the whole thing. There we go. So we have product, month ID 138, and the target. So now I need to close these two. So I'm just going to select them, push them a bit in. This is going to be my A. Then I need the left join. It's going to be my B. And then I can say on A dot month ID equals B dot month ID. Additionally, I need to say and we also want to join on product category. So make sure we're matching the right things. So I can say A dot product category equals B dot product category. Now I need to go at the top and just select our column. So I need to select, I'm going to say A dot, it doesn't matter where product category comes from because it's the same product categories, but I'm going to stick with A. Same case with month ID, A dot month ID. There we go. Then I need the revenue per product. Then I need the targets per product. Then I need the revenue versus target. So if I copy this, paste it here, and then I do divide, then -1, because I need the number after the 100%. I'm going to name this as revenue versus target, and then say from. Then if I run this query now, I should get the revenue versus target for the latest month. There we go. So month ID 138. If I want to add the month too, I can do another left join and use the calendar to put the actual month name, which I've shown how to do it in the previous video. But as we can see now, we are missing targets for online products by 71%, so that's loads. And we are also missing targets for support by 98%. Actually, let me see. So the revenue for this one is 28,000 and the target is massive. So obviously it's dummy data. That's why these two don't make too much sense. But you get the idea how to use SQL to answer this question. Right, moving on to our next question, question number 8. I'm just going to copy it, paste it down here quickly. The question says, which account is performing the best in terms of revenue? Now, because this does not specify if he wants a fiscal year FY21 or for how many ever months we have data for, we're going to do both because it's going to be easy. So we need to use the revenue table. So I'm just going to copy the revenue table, paste it down here, and we want to run it to visualize it. And we want to see the account, so account number and then the revenue. Just because we have account number, we're going to have to left join with the calendar to get the actual account name. So we need to start by saying select, then account NO, then comma, we want to sum the revenue as revenue. Then we want to group by. Then we also want to order by. So we want to group by account NO, and we want to order by the sum of revenue descending. So we get the best performing account. There we go. So this account number now is the best performing account for all the months that we have data for. So we don't know how many years we have in there. To get the account name now, we will need to do a left join. and then I can select the whole, where is it? Account lookup, missing the S, copy, paste, there we go. So this is going to be our B, and then this is going to be our A. Order by is not going to work when I'm joining, so I need to remove it. I'm just going to get it out, and this is our A. So if I push this in, I want to select account number, there we go. So I need to add A now because account NO exists in both tables. Then I need to select the actual account, new account names to get the actual name. So new account name, comma, then we need the revenue, copy, paste, say from. We also need to specify how to join these two. So I'm going to say on, which is the account number that both tables have, equals b dot account no, a dot. This is from, and we are also missing the order by, so we need to put the order by here now. And now we can only say revenue because it's already aggregated, and then say this send it. If we run this now, and we can see Kino Energy is the best performing account for all the data that we have in the table. Now, if we want to filter out fiscal year FY21, just to check if this trend changes, we can actually go here at question 6 and copy the where clause where it looks into the month IDs that exist only in fiscal year FY21. So I can copy this, come down here and paste it, and then run the whole thing again, just to see. So remember, we have Kino Energy, Bio, and applicable something. Again, dummy names because it's dummy data. So now we have Kino Energy, IDO, and Bio. So it's actually different, but Kino Energy is still the best performing account, even when you look at this month or overall. And then number 2 and number 3, the places change. By the way, if you feel that you're getting enough value out of this video, please click that like button and subscribe to my channel. Right, moving on to our next question now, question number 9. I'm just going to copy this, paste it down here. So the question says, which account is performing the best in terms of revenue versus target? In this case, I'm going to add fiscal year FY21, so we don't have to do it twice as the previous question. Actually, to start with this one, I'm going to copy everything that we have previously and paste it down here, because the previous question is actually giving us, if I remove the order by, the accounts and then the name of the account and the revenue. Now I need to add the target next to it. So join it and then do the calculation of revenue versus target and order it by the percentage. Right. So to do this, I'm going to start by selecting the data from our targets table. So I'm going to copy the targets table. I'm going to paste it down here. And I'm going to say select it. So we need the account and then the targets where the fiscal month is in, sorry, the fiscal month ID is in FY21 as we do up here. So account NO is the same, and then I'm going to put a comma, and then I need to sum the target as a target from the table. Then I need the where clause, which is exactly the same, and then the group by, which is again exactly the same. So if I run this now, I can see that I have the account NO and then the target next to it. So now I can join it with my A to have the revenue and the targets next to each other. However, before we do that, I need to remind you that you need to be careful when you're doing joins. You need to know if all the data, all the account numbers in this case exist in table A, and if they don't exist, then we're going to have to use a full join. So to do a small test, we can actually do select the distinct account NOs. So I can show you what I mean. Let's say from. So close this. This is A, for example. You can name it anything. So our targets, they have a total of 444 rows. So this means distinct account numbers. Now, if I check our revenue, I can literally copy the same thing. Copy, paste it up here and run it. Our revenue has a total of 400 distinct accounts. So it means that table B, which is our targets, have more accounts in it, which means that there is accounts that have target and don't have revenue, which means we need to use a full join, because if it doesn't exist in A, we need to take it in B. And if it doesn't exist in B, we need to take it from A. Right, to do a full join now, again, if you actually want to learn how to do full joins, I'm going to have a link in the description where I have a video about joins specifically. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to do the full join straight away. Right, so to do the full join now, this is our A, which is correct. Sorry. A, I'm going to bring this up as B. So move. This is B. It's correct, isn't it? I'm going to say full join. So A, B, give some space, then on A dot account no equals B dot account no. Then on top of the full join, so this is where I need to say select is null. Is null, we're basically going to say if it doesn't exist on A, take it from B, or if it exists on A, just take it from A. So I'm going to say A dot account no, comma B dot account no, then name this as account no, comma we need then the revenue, comma we need the target. Target is here. Copy paste, then we say from, and then if I run this now, I need to have 462. So this means that we had some accounts that have revenue and don't have targets either. This is why we get more rows on both tables. So as you can see, this account, it has target, not revenue. We also have accounts down here that have revenue and don't have target. So now I'm going to push this in and name the whole of this as A. So I'm going to close it as a subquery. And then B is going to be my, again, the name of the accounts. We still want the name of the accounts. And I'm joining on A dot, sorry, left join, A dot account no, which is correct, equals B new account no. And now I can select everything from the top, which is the A account number, the new account name, the revenue, which comes from A, then the target, which comes from A again this time, but I don't need to specify. And then I can do revenue versus target. So, sorry, revenue divided by target. I'm going to get an error here because target has zeros. So I can say is null. Oops, sorry. So if the target is null, what am I doing? There we go. Put 0 next to it. So I'm not going to get an error. I'm going to -1, 2. I'm missing -1 to get the difference after 100%. And I'm going to name this as rev versus target. From is already there, and if we run the whole thing, no divided by 0, null if is null if actually. Try this one. There we go. Now it works. And also you can see where we have null account names. It means that our lookup doesn't have all the names, which is something I can fix, but for the purpose of this exercise, I think is fine. What else? Now we need to order it by revenue versus target, just to see which one is the further ahead in terms of target. So I can say order by, then put the whole calculation now, and then descending, and then run the whole thing again. There we go. So the best performing account this time is Ombe. So you remember how we had, what did we had on question 8? We had Kino Energy. However, in question 9, when you look the accounts versus targets, we have different results. Yeah, so this is a bit more complicated, but I hope you understand the flow of this question. Right, moving on to our next question, question number 10. I'm just going to copy it. I think it's the inverse of question number 9, so we can use the same code again. Which account is performing the worst in terms of meeting their targets for the year? So again, yeah, it's the same question. So if I copy the same code from question 9, paste it down here, and then I remove the descending, and then we run this, we can say to the business, look, you have plenty of accounts that actually have no revenue at all. So these accounts, okay, we need to fix these nulls now to make sure we put zeros here so we can do the calculations. So to fix them, we can go to the revenue and say is null we can put 0, so it's going to pick it up in the calculation, and then in the target I'm going to add another is null, then put 0, then close this. Now I should get numbers for all of these accounts. There we go, minus 100%. So this target here is not working, obviously, because it's doing revenue divided by 0. So it's not, it's an error actually. That's why it's null. So when it comes to question 10, we should say to the business, it's not just one account, it's plenty of accounts. So you can copy this, paste it in Excel, and then provide the business with data that you actually have loads of accounts that are not performing well versus target. Right, so moving to our last question now. Question, oh no, actually it's not the last. The next one is which opportunity has the highest potential and what are the details? So if I copy this, paste it down here, we need to use the opportunity tables. We scroll up, we find the opportunity table, we copy it, we paste it down here, and then we run it to see the details. So we are looking for the highest opportunity with the highest opportunity value, but we should say for fiscal year FY21 to make it slightly a bit more difficult because this is a very easy question. So what we need to do is literally select all, because we also want the details from the opportunities table. We need to add where month ID again is the same where clause as before. Is in the months for fiscal year FY21. So if we run this now, we should only have opportunities for fiscal year where month ID in. So wait, is it not month ID? Where oh, it's estimated completion month ID. Okay, so it's because it's a future month, that's why estimated completion. Where is it? Month ID in. And now is in actually the future months of FY21. So if I run this now, these opportunities are only for fiscal year FY21, and simply I just need to order by the estimated opportunity value. So if I say test opportunity value, oh come on, and then if I run this now, you can see, oh, descending, sorry. We can see that the opportunity, the highest value opportunity is this one here, which is increased share of wallet. Again, this is dummy data. If you actually, by the way, I haven't shown you, if you actually want to select the first line alone, you can literally say top one, and it's only going to select the first opportunity. Right. Our next and last question now, which is which account generates the most revenue per marketing spend? The tricky one, this one, so let's see. I need to add again fiscal year FY21, so we make sure we're using the right data. So we basically want the revenue per account across fiscal year FY21, which is a question we've answered before, which I can copy from here again. Copy this, we paste it down here, and then we run it. So let's push it back, then we run this. So this is the revenue per account for all fiscal year FY21. Additionally, we want to full join again this time. Remember, I've explained why we need the full join, because maybe we have accounts that we put marketing towards them, but they're not returning any revenue, or the other way around. So I need to use the marketing data this time. So copy this, paste it down here, and then I run it. I need to select the account number, Then I need to sum the marketing spend. Oh my God. Go. And name this as marketing spend. I also need to add a where clause, which is exactly the same where clause. So I only want to filter the month IDs that exist in fiscal year FY21. So, and I also need to group by account, So we paste, and then if we run this, check, correct, we have all the data. Now we need to complete the full join. So remember, this is our B. Then this is going to be our A. I want to join on A.account.no equals B.account.no. Now I need to do the is null. So if it's not in table A, take it from table B. So I need to say select is null A.account.no, comma B.account.no as account.no, comma, now I need the revenue, comma, now I need the marketing spend, comma, let's see, and then I need to do I need to divide revenue by marketing spend to see how much money I make per dollar. So again, I'm going to use is null from the beginning this time because we're going to have errors. So is null revenue, comma 0 divided by is null marketing spend, comma 0. I also need a null if to avoid the divided by 0 error. Null if, comma 0 as this is rev per spend. Let's say from, so let's see if this works. There we go. Yeah, it works. So here we can see that we spent about 11,000 and we generated about 24,000. So for each dollar you put in, you get 2 back. So if we want to, which account generates the most, so we want to order this, order by, and then we put this whole calculation, and let's say descending. Then we run this. As we can see, the best performing account in terms of return for the whole FY21 is this account ID here. If we want the account name, we can also left join here the lookup and we can have the account name. Right. This is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video and you've gained enough value out of this video. If you feel like you did, please click that like button and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions around what I've shown, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching.